Today is January 22nd, 2024. My name is Rob Carr of Kalamazoo Right to Life, and this is Pro-Life Week. Well, 51 years ago today, the U.S. Supreme Court issued its Roe v. Wade decision, one of the bleakest and most horrendous decisions the court has ever issued, perhaps only rivaled by the Dred Scott decision that basically said that a Black American, ostensibly a slave, could never be a U.S. citizen and sue for his freedom in federal court. Roe v. Wade and Dred Scott, horrible decisions. 51 years ago today, that's when it happened. And since then, 65 million babies have been butchered, dismembered, just brutalized by legal abortion given to us by the Supreme Court. And I also saw in the news today that the Biden administration has issued an attack ad on Donald Trump. Tomorrow is going to be the New Hampshire primary. Trump's in the driver's seat, and it does look like, barring something unforeseen with the Haley campaign, that it looks like most likely that Donald Trump will become the Republican nominee. Anyway, back to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. They've got this ad in which they are dredging up the issue of abortion, which they will continuously this spring, summer, and fall. I mean, they'll not stop talking about abortion because they feel it's a winning issue. But the ad acknowledges the fact that perhaps even in the sense that they agree with Donald Trump, because Donald Trump has said that I'm the reason Roe v. Wade was overturned, because I was able to get 3 new justices on the court, to conservative justices who could overturn Roe v. Wade. So the Biden ad basically says that, yes, blame Donald Trump because we lost abortion. We lost the right to terminate pregnancies because of Donald Trump. Vote for us because Donald Trump took away your choice. And, when I think about how the pro-abortion people talk about abortion, it's very benign or reasonable, compassionate. But they don't want to really get into the reality of what abortion really is. Now, in this ad, this Biden ad, they have a woman talking about the fact that she had a wanted baby, planned pregnancy, and something went wrong. The baby was not going to live. Real horrible situation. And that the state of Texas was denying her an abortion, so she had to flee to another state to get an abortion. Okay, I will admit that there are horrible situations that will end tragically for mom and baby. I understand that. I still don't support abortion. But what I want to talk about is this false equivalency. The Democrats want to say, they want to use the hard cases, these horrible situations where a mom is gravely ill, or the baby has not been developing, and there's very little brain activity, and the baby's going to almost be stillborn or die within the first week. Really rare situations. But they want to focus on them by saying, Trump's taking away your right to choose. Well, okay, let's suppose, for the sake of argument, that the pro-life movement was willing to compromise. Not saying they will, but I'm just saying theoretically, they're willing to compromise, and state legislatures will say that abortion is banned except for the hard cases: rape, incest, fetal, abnormality, mother's life, things like that. And those were passed and signed by the governor, and those became law. That only accounts for about 2 or 3% of all abortions. 97 to 98% of all abortions are done by the convenience of the mother. These are pregnancies that are just unplanned, and the mother just doesn't want the baby. They're elective. They're elective procedures. They're not done by reason of medical issue. They're not. Or rape or incest. They're just elective procedures. So if conservative legislatures and governors passed pro-life laws that permitted abortion for rape, incest, and fetal abnormality, how many of Joe Biden's supporters, rabid pro-abortion activists, how many of these pro-abortion people would support that? So I'm asking, hypothetically, how many Biden supporters, members of Congress and in the Senate, Democrats who are pro-abortion, would they support that kind of legislation? They wouldn't. They're using the hard cases as a ruse to conflate the number of babies or of women that have abortions by these rare cases. Like I said, only 3% are done for those hard case reasons. The other 97% are not done that way. So, but see, the pro-choice, the pro-abortion zealots, they don't want abortion just for the hard cases. They want abortion for every woman. They want that choice for every woman, for every situation, or for no situation. They just want that choice. If you don't want to be pregnant, have the abortion. If it's the wrong sex, have the abortion. If you're too poor, have the abortion. If it's unwanted, have the abortion. If the baby is not perfect, have the abortion. No matter what situation or reason, the pro-abortion people always fall back on, it's a woman's choice. It's not just the hard cases they're fighting for. They are fighting for unlimited abortion through all stages of pregnancy, period. They don't want 24-hour waiting periods. They don't want informed consent. They don't want parental consent. They don't want insurance opt-outs. They don't want clinic licensing. They don't want clinic inspections. They don't want safety standards. They want to reimpose partial birth abortion. They want to reimpose state funding for abortions, taxpayer funding for abortions. In every situation, the pro-abortion people want unlimited abortion in every situation at all times. And it's not just what that ad, that the Biden-Harris ad puts out. It's not just the hard cases. It's every case. So today is a sad day of remembrance for the 65 million babies who've lost their lives because, well, it's not just because of the court. I mean, there were a lot of reasons, a lot of people who were zealots who were fighting to get the Roe case before the High Court to make that ruling. So no, there's a lot of people whose hands are dirty today. And thank God that Donald Trump was able to put 3 new justices on the Supreme Court. And thank God that the state of Mississippi did pass a law that was challenged, that was brought before the Supreme Court. Thank God for the 5 justices who voted to overturn Roe v. Wade and give the Dobbs decision a chance for babies to live, primarily in the red states. But tens of thousands of babies are alive today because the Supreme Court did rule in Dobbs that abortion is not protected as a constitutional right. It's just not there, and it was never there. Like Sam Alito, who wrote the opinion, said that Roe v. Wade was egregiously wrong from the day it was decided back on January 22nd, 1973. And with that, I will let you go, and I will see you next time.